An ATV mounted boom sprayer can be an excellent way to treat large patches of noxious weeds. However, in order for the boom treatment to be effective, it's important that you calibrate your system to apply the pesticide at the appropriate label rate. The purpose of this instructional video is to demonstrate and explain the process of calibrating an ATV boom sprayer. The equipment you'll need for this calibration include the following: an ATV with mounted boom sprayer, a stopwatch, personal protective equipment, liquid measuring cup, at least one assistant, a bucket, 4 cones or markers, and a measuring tape. But before you get started, make sure you use the proper personal protective equipment, as designated on the pesticide labeling, and the proper ATV safety equipment while you calibrate. We recommend using water during calibration, but it's a good idea to get in the habit of wearing this equipment and to protect against possible residues. Rather than spraying an entire acre to find out how much liquid your system puts out, this calibration method uses a 100-foot sample. First, you'll need to measure the width that your boom will cover. In this example, the width our boom covered was approximately 36 feet. Next, measure and mark 100 feet. Now, while timing, spray the 100-foot stretch. As you drive, make sure to maintain a steady speed. The ideal speed is around 3 to 4 miles per hour. In this example, it took us 20 seconds to drive the ATV the 100 feet. Collect and measure the boom spray liquid based on how long it took you to drive the 100 feet, in our case, 20 seconds. The amount of liquid we collected was 102 ounces. Now you have all the numbers you need to figure out how much pesticide you'll need to use for your project. Most pesticide rates are based on gallons per acre, so we'll need to convert our ounces to gallons and our feet to acres. This will require some basic math conversions. There are 128 ounces in a gallon, so by dividing the number of ounces you collected by 128, you can determine how many gallons you sprayed. We collected 102 ounces, so by dividing that by 128, we concluded that we sprayed about 0.8 gallons. Next, we need to convert our feet to acres. Our boom sprayed 36 feet wide for 100 feet. By multiplying the width by the length, we found out that we sprayed a total area of 3,600 square feet. There are 43,560 square feet in an acre, so by dividing the square footage by 43,560, you can determine how many acres you sprayed. We sprayed 3,600 square feet, so by dividing that by 43,560, we found out that we sprayed approximately 0.08 acres. Finally, we need to determine the gallons per acre by dividing the number of gallons by the number of acres. We sprayed 0.8 gallons and 0.08 acres, so we divided 0.8 by 0.08. In this example, we sprayed approximately 10 gallons per acre. And now for a mixing example to help illustrate. First, you'll need to figure out the number of acres you could spray with a full tank. Let's say your ATV tank holds 25 gallons. By dividing the size of your tank, 25 gallons, by the rate your system sprays, 10 gallons per acre, you can get the number of acres you could treat with a full tank, or 2.5 acres. Let's say you're spraying with the herbicide Milestone and have determined from the labeling that you want to treat at a 6 ounce per acre rate. You can figure out the amount of chemical you should add by multiplying the number of acres you could treat with a full tank, 2.5 acres, by the amount of herbicide per acre, or 6 ounces. In this example, you would add 15 ounces to your tank. Okay, now you're all set to calibrate your own ATV and kill some weeds.